Welcome back everyone, this is Pineleaf Noodles and today we are on the Bullroarer server for a preview of update 19.3. And you may be wondering, why am I on Weathertop on top of this cairn? And that is because one of the new items in update 19.3 is going to be a fix to the /say bug. Now, I don't see this bug too often, but I hear a lot of people complaining about it, so I would presume that it has a lot of trouble on Weatherstock, forcing people to log in, log out, and all that stuff, so that they could see what's coming in through the say channel. But I think more important from my point of view, since I rarely encountered this say bug, has to do with the say distance in being increased from 15 meters to 25 meters. Now, I saw someone post a note on the forum saying that they thought 25 meters was excessive, but see this bird over here? That bird, yeah, that bird, yes, that one there. Right now, that bird is at 23 meters. So you can see that it was 20, the bird is hovering now about 19 meters away. That means 15 meters either just makes or just misses the wall here, and that creates some inconveniences at Weatherstock, because that means everybody has to be inside the circle, maybe even a little bit further inside of it due to the 15 nature area. As a result of this, and between that and the /say bug, sometimes they've been using regional or special chat channels in order to handle Weatherstock. But now we could just use say, because we go much further out into the area here, and you have to go really far out now in order to no longer be out of range here, because that bird right now is just out of range, so it's not going too far out of there. But as long as you're not too far out from the stones, you're able to hear things. And of course, if someone's standing here, they can still be heard out to the circles. So therefore, I think this is a good thing, especially since there was once an event where I was performing at the park in Bree, where it so happens to be I was right at 15 meters from most of the people talking, and I completely missed something when someone stood slightly further away during announcement. So therefore, yeah, I think the 25 meter range is going to be good. Now, also with chat, they have updated the global chat so that now there will be there will be several new channels. There will be 4 new user channels, so there will be user channels 1 through 8. So therefore, if you've been used up all of your user channels for a long time and you've been wanting more, now you have that. The other item is that there are now, there we go, our filters. The trade channel and the looking for fellowship channel are now global, because let's face it, these days, usually when you're looking for someone or looking to trade, you're wanting to talk to the entire world, so everybody's been using the world channel, so the world channel has been filled with everything going on. They're hoping to be able to segregate these things. I know that is wishful thinking from the people at Standing Stone Games, if they're going to have people stay disciplined within their channels, but I can only hope that people do so, because I don't like seeing trade chat inside of looking for fellowship and the like. So hopefully the users will be able to keep within the spirit of that. Though, yeah, I don't have all that high hopes on the matter. So what else is in store for this update? The other major change has to do with housing and decoration. As you know, if you've ever dealt with housing, that we have hooks. And there's been a great deal of complaints about how hooks operate in LOTRO, in that, well, first of all, you have hooks in the first place, and second of all, why don't we have the ability to move hooks if you need to have hooks? So finally they figured out how to move the hooks, and you can see here they changed how they look. They're color coded, and One of the reasons why they go to this, because if you click on this, you can now, if we put something in here, I guess. Do I have anything that's small furniture? Unfortunately, I don't have too much here since I just have what I picked up just a moment ago. Let's go with this large wall item right here. So therefore, we could put this here. And now, okay, you could turn this around if you wanted, but that would be rather silly at this location. But we could move it around like that. We could, well, that's too far back. You can move it forward or back. So if you wanted to be out a little bit, that's good. And you could also move it up or down. Now the up or down I think would be more useful for paintings and the like, because when I put a painting on a large wall, I usually find that it hangs way too low, so it's very nice to be able to pull that up now. But if you don't like where this is, you could just tuck it on the side a little bit if you wish to. Now, see if we can bring out a bed here. Yeah, that's a small floor. Large furniture, good. And we could... Okay, there wasn't a... I thought I had a bed. Oh yeah, here's the bed right here. Alright, so plop a bed right here. Right now, you had very little choice about where to put the bed. You might just spin it around a little bit in the past, but that's all you could do with it. But now you want your bed to be closer to the cozy fire. Oh, no, that's too close. Well, maybe the fire is too warm for you, so you'd rather sleep down on this end. Or, right now, I'm able to move it in. If you've got a small house like this, you could almost move it to anywhere in the room. Yeah, yeah, because I'm going out because you got a 10-meter range in all this. So this is very nice. And if you have a second floor, Andang was testing this. Yes, they were testing this on a second floor area where you just move up like that. So there's quite a bit of flexibility in here. Now, unfortunately, they have not yet figured out how to... Of course, you could also do things that don't quite make sense. But, well, yeah. Anyway, there you go. So just make sure that you don't go and make things too unreasonable as you're doing this. Alright. But these are the things that you can now do. And this is great on top of the additional hooks that they had added in an earlier update. Now, unfortunately, the outdoors does not yet have this feature. There's probably some sort of conflict with property lines and the like that made it unfeasible for now. But we can only hope that they're able to overcome that little thing in time for update 20. But at least now you can have a lot more flexibility on how you handle your interiors. So if this were on the live server and I was decorating this place, I'd be able to do things a lot better. And in fact, this may help me with a little project I'm doing over on the Gondor housing area. So I'm glad that we're able to have a little more flexibility on how we handle our hooks. As I noted earlier, this particular update will not be affecting the outdoors. Now we do have the new style of squares here, but you'll notice that while you can still rotate this, we do not get the 3 additional axes where you could move things around, and we can only hope that in the future they'll be able to overcome the problems there. But I have a feeling they just didn't want to have things where A, you'd be going off out of property lines into other people's property, which would really be confusing, and 2, let's face it, if you went on and did some really weird things on the interior that were really lore breaking, all that stuff, not too much of a problem. It's in the inside of your house. But if you do it on the outside, your neighbors might not like it. So there's probably some social aspects that are also involved in that decision, assuming it wasn't a purely technical decision in there. But that is it on that matter. So what else did they change? The final change that I found a note has to do with the money cap. The money cap, as far as I know, is unchanged. 9,999 gold, 999 silver, 99 copper. Now, in the past, if you went over that, you would just lose everything without any warning. So now they put in some warnings in there, and that if you wanted to attach an email that would have put you over the limit, it won't let you detach the coins from it and stuff like that. So it has some things to prevent you from going over your limit so that you would get the warning and have the opportunity to spend some money on it. Now, the exception to that are things like quests and mob drops. Well, they're not, where in that case you'll just have to overflow and lose the extra because they're not going to give you a warning and keep you from looting stuff because of the way things operate there. But right now I have a feeling the current limit that they have is chosen because that's 9 digits. You can't have 10 full digits without a major increase in the size of the data which you're storing it in, and I have a feeling they wanted to avoid that. So I can understand why they have the limit where it is. Well, that is it for the changes in here. There are, of course, a couple other minor little changes here and there, and they are scheduled to hit into the main servers in a couple of weeks, and we'll see how things went on there. But this is it for today. This is Pineleaf News reminding you to skirmish responsibly.